I have come to the conclusion that it can't. I think it can be initiated through the internet, through Tinder or online dating, but I don't actually think it can be achieved because I need to have a body next to me, and I often feel very frustrated through intimacy not being in the internet. But saying that, I'm thinking of intimacy as sexual intimacy. I think intimacy in terms of friendship and company can be achieved through the internet, often when staying in touch with friends, but I'd still like to see them in person as well. Mostly, but it depends on what clothes I'm wearing, whether I have water retention through my period. It varies. Do I feel comfortable handling other people's bodies? Once an initial stage has been taken, so I don't feel comfortable just touching people without knowing them, handling other people's bodies. I went to a movement workshop that was a Florence Peak movement workshop, and that was at Space Studios a few months ago, and that was really interesting because it was very much to do with me and other people were handling each other's bodies in movement, so sometimes with our eyes closed, tracing people's bodies, tracing movements. You might have really liked it actually, and that was interesting how the level of comfort was pretty much straight away. So it's almost like if you just get in there straight away, then you can feel more comfortable handling other people's bodies. So I think it's context. Sometimes I think it'd be nice to be a masseur, although it'd be tiring, because I believe that there should be more handling of bodies. What do you think of when you dance? Sometimes I think about how I'm dancing, and I don't like that. Sometimes I think about how other people are dancing. Sometimes I think of what my hair looks like when I'm dancing. So kind of dance with your hair can feel really good. Sometimes I might be thinking of somebody actually who I fancy, who maybe I wish was there. Sometimes I just think about the music, or the words of the music. I often like to sing along to music if I know the song, or like pretend I know or if I know the words but I don't want to sing out loud, I'll just kind of. So if it was okay, if it was a song, if it was Buffalo Stance by Nina Cherry, I would be dancing, and when the kind of rap bit comes on, I'd start going. So you might have got that bit.
There are things that just deteriorate. And there are things that I grow into. There are things that I have to explain to people when I meet them about my body, that it's strange having to explain these things. I met a hairdresser recently. He asked me what was up with my hair. And I knew that he was talking about my hair is thinning, and I said, what, it's not good? And he's like, I see it with hairdresser eyes. I'm like, what do you want me to do about that? I have my way of seeing it, he has his way of seeing it, but it wouldn't do me any justice to try and see it from his point of view. I, in the last couple of years, started giving myself stick and poke tattoos. And when I started doing this, it seemed to bring out some kind of dormant psoriasis that some people in my family have psoriasis and I never had it. But it was only through annoying my skin that I got it. And ever since then, this is a couple of years now, whenever I start to feel stressed, I get it on my hands, and I have to deal with this now, and I get it on my arms, and sometimes I go back and realize that while I've been going to and from work every day, and while I've been drinking with friends, and sometimes I'm just at home alone and I'm on the internet, I realize that, oh yeah, none of the world knows about this crazy psoriasis that I have now. And so it's the kind of thing that you would never have to really, like, friends don't make you talk about it. But you do talk about it anyway because they're friends. But all of a sudden, with a different variety of people on the platform, you have to kind of put it out there, if only to overcome it. I have a fear that I don't want my online persona to not reflect me and my development in life, and so as I grow older, it's harder for me to share the fact that I'm losing my hair on the internet because it changes people's perceptions of me to become, I guess, more negative. But it's important for me to share the bad bits because I don't want to feel that I created this image of myself on the internet and I just left it like that and it never changed. I have to actively update who I am on the internet with the deterioration of my body. And as I have more health problems as the years go by, I do my best to share that, and then that helps me also deal with it. It helps me process, and it sinks in. And I also don't have to believe that I'm hiding it.
Do you feel comfortable in your own body? I would say, as is probably evidenced by this video, that I don't feel comfortable in my body. I can feel comfortable despite my body sometimes, such as when I'm on a memory foam mattress and I can forget my body and the strain of sitting on an office chair for 8 hours, or if I'm dancing to Björk, I can forget my body. Do you feel comfortable in your own body? I wouldn't say I feel comfortable in my own body. I think part of my discomfort comes... I think my discomfort comes from being observed. My body being this like dead weight that others perceive and don't necessarily ascribe rational thought or feelings to. When I'm in public, if I'm on a train, I can get quite jittery and have all these weird body gestures. I think that's part of it. As evidenced by this video, I don't feel comfortable being observed. And it means I don't perform very well in job interviews. Or in sex.
I'm cold. You're cold? Getting a cold? Oh. Apart from that. Okay, decent well. I sometimes feel disconnected from my body, for sure, especially in these moments where I look in the mirror and I'm being like, this is you? It's like, I even caught myself 2 or 3 times when I was drunk talking to myself in the mirror in a bar and being like, hey, you, like, who are you? This kind of a bit embarrassing conversations. So there is sometimes a certain distance, but at the same time I feel like I approach the world also physically, in a sense that, again, I need, for example, physical people around me. I need that. I would freak out if I could only talk to people through the internet, seriously. And this friend of mine, for example, this friend who lives in Erbil, sometimes I wish so much he would just be there. I mean, of course there's some sort of like romantic level to it, but it's also just because I feel like maybe I need a proof that he exists or something. Sometimes I wish he would just send me something. We actually thought about this, so I have a physical object that I can hold in my hands. So, and my body, of course, is the medium. Like, my body is the medium that is in that space and that makes me a physical thing, physical, like, subject. So I know that I need it, and I know that I want to take care of it to be able to be this like working thing for a long time. And I can also see this with traveling, how important it is to be in a place physically, and how important it is to smell and to feel anxiety, or to feel whatever you feel if you're on a trip, or if you're being in a place that you don't know. So I would say this is very important for me, to feel that there is a connection between my mind and my body. I feel like it has to be, for me, like I have to think it together to really enjoy my life, or really to feel fulfilled.